What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the title, I thought I was done with Hondas, but apparently I'm not. It's my roots, and you know, I just kind of had to go back to them. On that topic though, the Integra is going to a new home clear across the country here in about a week and a half. The new owner is going to be coming all the way out from, I want to say, Ohio. He's coming like 26 hours. So unfortunately, fortunately, it's going bye-bye. We'll do one last video with that, but the topic of this video is our new Honda. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel or keeping up with my Instagram, you'd know that obviously with the new shop comes all this new stuff. So obviously we're doing still plenty of drifting, but now we're into the motorcycle stuff. And I did have that little Yamaha, so I was buying that for my buddy. The deal just didn't really work out. He had another buyer lined up. I didn't have the money at the time, so I basically just borrowed it for a few weeks and put some tires on it for him. So he took it back, no harm, no foul. But now with the Integra selling, we had a good month, so I had to get myself something to fill the time between drift events so I'm not spending a bunch of money, and also something to keep me interested in doing the bike stuff, so that way I am a better participant in that. So let me show you. This is my new, to me, 2003, same year as my S2000, Honda CBR 600RR. So if you don't know anything about these bikes, well, then you're in the same boat as me. I got it because I know these bikes are pretty well respected. The Yamaha, my one complaint, it was a fantastic bike. The only real complaint is my whole commute here is freeway driving, and the freeways on that thing, it'll do freeway speeds on the Yamaha, the MT-03. It just is not going to get you around traffic, which especially here in Arizona, our drivers are pretty crazy. Everybody's always just ripping around, cutting you off. So I needed something with a little bit more pep, but I sure as heck didn't want the leader bike because we got those back here. I can ride those with them. That doesn't interest me. I wanted something faster than the MT-03, slower than those guys, but still more my style, because I can't afford Ducatis and Aprilias. So this is a little bit more up my alley. So this is a 2003 Honda CBR 600RR. Which is really awesome, because if I had to give a very quick synopsis of this bike, it is the S2000 on two wheels. From literally the smell, like I keep getting wafts of like Honda smell up here. I don't know what it is, but it literally smells like my S2000. But from the power delivery, the way the power delivery is, it feels just like the S, in the sense of, like, granted it's a Honda, no torque down low, and then up, bam, and then it goes. Down to the clutch engagement. The clutch on this thing is very smooth. Same thing with the S2000. Everything just feels good, firm, and just planted on this bike. Very similar to the S2000. So I freaking love this thing. It's basically OEM plus. I'm the third owner of this bike, so only upgrades are the OG Jardine exhaust. I'm told that's a pretty old school one, so it sounds tremendously awesome to me. I'm going to make something titanium just because marketing and advertising for my stuff, but I do really like how that sounds. Other than that, we have upgraded chain and sprocket. I don't know what the teeth count is, but if I had to guess, I was reading some forums before I actually bought the bike. There's usually like a go-to teeth count. Basically, it's like 2 down, 1 up, or something like that. Basically what it does is it just gives the bike more low-end torque, so it doesn't feel like such a snail coming from stoplights or stops. So you lose a little bit of speed off the top end, but I don't need to be doing 160 miles an hour on this bike. This bike is very well capable of doing like 130, 140, I think. So you lose a few miles an hour off of that, but you get more low-end usable power, so it doesn't feel like such a snail putting around town. This thing is also the first year of Honda's fuel, electronic fuel injection stuff. So something cool about this is it has 2 injectors per cylinder, I believe. So the under 5,000 RPM, this thing only runs on the 1 cylinder for fuel economy, and then above 5,000 it runs on all 8 injectors or whatever. So this thing is just fuel efficient, or tries to be. So this thing actually revs out to about 15,500 RPM, which is just crazy to me. Like, again, little baby S2000. Yeah, like I said, I'm third owner. So the original owner is an older gentleman, I'm told. He had it serviced pretty well. He had the valves done. It's at 24,000 miles. So you can see that right there. The gentleman I bought it from, he had it for about 9 months, or almost about 900 miles and about 2 years. The guy he bought it from, older guy on a gravel road, driveway, whatever. So he did drop the bike. So we got some scuffing here, a few little nicks up here. Then this other side has, you know, some scuffing as well. So not like a perfect bike, but that's totally fine because obviously all my toys already are just drivers. I'm not in the buy for the value to resell later. Like I'll end up selling this eventually, but I didn't buy it just for the resale factor. And if worst case, I can just get new fairings later on. Other than that, yeah, this thing's in great shape. It needs a new rear tire, so I already ordered one just because this guy, whoever wrote it very straight. So lots of tread on the edges, super, you know, low on the inside edge there. But yeah, no, this thing is just solid. So like it rips, it sounds good. The grips are pretty chewed up, so they're aftermarket heated grips, so get the little button right there for it, right there. But I ordered some, you know, some just new normal Domino grips, and then really the only thing that's broken is the kill switch. Still works, it just broke off, so I can get this whole assembly for like 70 bucks through Honda. Not a big deal. I'll change that out. And then honestly, future mods, I've had a few people on Instagram respond to my story asking if I was going to stunt this thing or do anything crazy. That's not my style. I just like the bikes for, you know, the open world experience. So I'll do some OEM plus maintenance. It's got fresh fluids in it, so that's good. And then other than that, yeah, this thing's just you know, I'll do braided steel brake lines to swap that one out and swap this one out at some point, but realistically I'm just going to leave the bike alone. I didn't buy it to start building bikes. I bought it because it was affordable and fun and stylish. I love how this thing looks. Super sporty, looks pretty modern, nice and aggressive. Dual 310 millimeter rotors up front, I believe, so it's got pretty good braking power. Honestly, not mad. The only thing I gotta tweak really quick is this shift lever is bent from dropping it, so you can see that there. I'm gonna pull this off really quick and just try and adjust that or bend it away. But then the other issue is this is like very high up. It's just out of adjustment for some reason. So I'm gonna just undo this and lengthen this to push it down, because right now for me to like actually shift it down, I have to like physically lift my leg up. But other than that, like the ergonomics of the bike are not the worst. I mean, it is a crotch rocket, so you got to expect it to be a little bit on the aggressive seating position side. But I'm probably going to end up getting a new seat, something with a little bit more cushion. I'm just getting old. But other than that, because I want to be able to do day rides with people up north and stuff, because I don't really care too much about the city life and city riding and freeway ripping. That's not really my thing. I'm not in it for the speed. I'm just in it for the two-wheel, you know, open world freedom aspect. But now this thing is an absolute ripper, dude. Like, fires right up, turn that key on. We already did the other start, but like, mint, bro. Love it. Gotta get some gas, but yeah, no, everything works on it. Obviously the tach, got the fuel gauge, got the water temp, and then the mileage. So very simple, nothing super crazy. But man, I am stoked. It feels good to be on a Honda just because that is my roots. Japanese bikes in general are just awesome, but I don't know, I'm just kind of glad I'm on a Honda. Before I work on that, I got to finish doing some work here. I had a wheel repair this morning, and at this moment I'm making 2 roof braces. One of these is already sold, the other one is going to be available. So if you would like a roof brace, hit me up on Velocity Race Fab's Instagram page or email. All right, roof braces are all done. So let's see if we can't adjust this shift rod really quick. And then, yeah, I need to see if I can somehow bend this back real quick. I think I'm gonna just take some pliers or something and try and just, so let's grab, see if this guy will work. Don't really know which way to go, so we just gonna try. Let me set you guys down real quick. It's a little bit better. All right, let's undo this bolt really quick. Looks like it's probably a 10 mil, you know, Honda stuff. Don't need a long journey. Let's grab one of these guys. And then, yep, 10 mil. I like it already. Here we go. Oh, yeah, super easy. Something like that. That's definitely way lower. Okay, I don't know if I like that. Let me think I can just adjust this like this now. That feels a lot better. So I am pretty stoked with that. Let's put this bolt back in, tighten these lock nuts back down, and we should be good. All right, that's adjusted. That works for me. I'm stoked on that. Shoot, really, until I get my tires, I can't really do anything else. So the tires and the grips will be here. I think the grips will be here like Friday or Monday, and then the tires probably around the same time, if I do imagine. So we ended up getting tire machine for the bike stuff and then for my drift tires. So machine, balancer, just because Sasha is doing all this stuff, so big selling point for the shop is going to be the bike tires. But you know, perks of having it here, being here, is we'll be able to use it. So shoot, yeah, that's sick. I'm stoked. My work is for the day done. I want to go ride. I need to go find a GoPro mount, and then we can start taking you with me. And then, yeah, I'll have to figure out a microphone setup. But man, I hope you guys are stoked. If any of you guys ride, I think I asked in the last video, put it down in the comments below what you ride. I think in total, I've probably been riding 10, 11 months at this point. I learned a few years back on a Ninja 600, and yeah, with the new shop stuff, hanging out with DJ and Sasha and all that, it's just brought a new spark in my life. So drifting is still my main priority in terms of motorsports, but definitely can't lie, these things are incredibly fun. So I've been working on Javi's S2000 today, but I gotta wait till tomorrow to finish it. So I decided to start tinkering on this thing a little bit because I wanted to try and figure out. So it looks like this thing doesn't have running lights, or sorry, license plate light. I thought these were them, so I just took everything apart to try and get them working. Turns out those are just part of this integrated LED turn signal thing on here. So while I've been working on this, I realized one of these pieces of hardware was stripped out, that guy, because it's like a capture rivet thing. So it turns out whoever put it in there, the hardware is supposed to be an M5 by 0.08 or whatever, 0.8. They had stuck like a normal Honda like interior screw in there and stripped it. So I just had to JB weld it back into place, and then I just had to go through and chase it with the old, you know, tap. But yeah, that's good. It's all dried up now, so I'm gonna start putting this thing back together. But went out last night. I really wish I had a stinking GoPro on my helmet, so that way I could have filmed it. But gosh dang, this thing is such a ripper. We might take the Aprilia and Ducati out here in a little bit as well. I'm just waiting on DJ and Sasha to come back. But in the meantime, the only other thing I really found out of the ordinary is the guy had stripped this seat bolt pretty good, actually right in front of us while he was putting it back on, because he was showing us it had a trickle charger hookup and stuff and whatever. But then the only other thing I saw was that the rear brake reservoir was actually empty, and now that I'm looking at it, it's actually lowered itself a little bit. So I don't see any fluid coming out, so I'm not too sure what the case is with that. I wonder if this master is bad, because I don't see fluid anywhere. other than that, yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that for a few minutes. I'm gonna top it off really quick, but other than that, everything else in this bike seems to be golden. The rear brake was working because I've been using it, but yeah, that kind of concerns me. But otherwise, just, 20-year-old bike things. Okay, so it's been a few days now since I started this video. I just want to kind of update you guys. So I've already put, I want to say like almost 300 miles on this bike. Yeah, so I got it at 24,040. We're at 24,305 right now. So I have just been enjoying the crap out of this bike the last few days. And really the only complaint that I have had on it, and it's not even the bike, it's more just me, is getting used to the muscle strain, like especially like the pelvic area where you're gripping the tank with like your thighs and hips and stuff. It gets really uncomfortable after a while because I'm just not used to it. But other than that, genuinely the bike has just been awesome. Like it's doing fantastic. Like it's not doing any weird hiccups. It's very smooth. Like I'm not seeing or hearing anything or smelling anything weird. Other than it just having the low master cylinder reservoir. I still don't know that one, but it looks like we're holding pressure, so that's good. But yeah, no, this thing is solid. I just got some tires in the mail, so we will be making a video on that here soon, just because we do have the machines here now for Sacha to be doing all the bike stuff. So yeah, no, we're doing the thing. And I know this is a huge change of pace from the normal stuff of the channel, especially from dealing with these types of cars all the time to all of a sudden we're just like a bike guy now. But I don't know, it's not going to consume my personality, but I just am having so much genuine fun enjoying these bikes. But I don't really have anything else going on in this video. I'm going to try and order some GoPro stuff to see if we can't start getting some point of view or just some riding stuff, just to, when on the off chance I do make bike videos or when we're all out cruising together, I'd love to be able to film it, just because half the reason I have a YouTube channel in the first place is for me to go back on. So I like to be able to enjoy it, and some of you guys might like it too. We might get some new subscribers that way, a different group of people to entertain. So if it works, I'm all for it. So thanks for spending some time with me today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Again, if you ride, let me know what you ride, because I'm genuinely kind of curious now that I'm starting to take interest in this stuff. Other than that, yeah, do what you love for the rest. If you need parts, hit me up at Velocity Race Fab, or VelocityRaceWorks.com is the new website that is going to be up very shortly, where you can just go and order to your heart's desire. And if you need fab work, you know where to find us here in Mesa, Arizona, Velocity Race Fab. So do what you love, forget about the rest. We will see you in the next one. Enjoy your day. Peace out.